Hey guys, welcome to another awesome tutorial of C programs. Here now we will discuss some of the pattern programs, and in the coming series we will discuss more on this. So these are the type of pattern programs that we need to solve in today's tutorial. So without wasting the time, let's begin. Before starting, I am hoping that you all are starting from scratch. So I will explain each and every line of the code in very detail. And please try, if you like the video, don't forget it to like, share and subscribe, and see the video till end. I'll tell you a bonus tip with which you can solve these pattern programs very quickly and very easily. So here we will start from the first pattern program. The first pattern program is a simple one. So we will in every C code we will write it in both C and C++. So in every C and C++ code, it simply starts with the first line including bits slash stdc++.h. If you are using C, then we can start it with the stdio.h. Next line is using namespace std. Using namespace std is used to use the inbuilt features of the include is what we have, like scene, cout. So these features, to use them directly, we use using namespace std. Next we move on with the our main function int main. This is the function that is called by the C++ compiler inherently, and it is the necessary function. It is the function from where execution of the C++ or C program starts begin. Now we will declare the variable with what we need, int I, int j, and leave the space for rest more, okay, if we need it. Now we will start. As we can see here from the program, that we have to do a task repeatedly. We have to print these stars repeatedly. So firstly we will analyze this. There are, if we know the matrix concept or normal, we have number of columns is 5, and here the number of rows is also 5. So what we can infer from this is that we need one loop for 5 rows and one loop for 5 columns. So we will start our discussion from here. Now inside each row we need to perform a task repeatedly. Like inside each row we have to print it 5 times, like each column we have to print 5 times, and similarly for the preceding above. So here we know that nesting is used to take place. So what we will do, we will declare we will start a for loop from I equals 0 till I less than equals 5 and I plus plus. This part is for increment, this part is for test the condition, and this part is for initialization of the variable. Now we will go again. As we need to perform the similar task for each row at each column, we'll declare one more loop. This is the concept of nested loop. If you don't know about the looping concepts, then go and check out my one of the previous videos regarding the loops, and then j++. Next we do, as we have to perform a similar task like printing the star every time, so we will here print cout star, and our program ends. As we have used the int function, we have to declare something, so we will return 0, and this is the whole program for the first pattern. So now we will do a simple, typical and fast dry run. So what we have done here, firstly, when I is equal 0, and j is equal 0, okay, when I is equal 0, condition satisfies, I is less than 5, it comes inside. Now j is equal 0 and j is less than 5, yes, condition satisfies, so it will print this. Okay, sorry, before this, after here at this point we have to write the cout next line, otherwise it will print 25 times in a straight row. Okay, so this is the editing in the code. Now we will do I equals 0, j is equal 0, condition true, it will print once. Now j की value becomes 1. So the condition is still true, 1 is less than 5. It will come inside and will print one more star. Okay. Now the value of j becomes 2. 2 is less than 5, condition is true. So it will again come inside and print. Now the j value becomes after the increment 3. So now condition is still true, it will print 3. Now the value of j becomes 4. It is true, it will print 3. And now the value j becomes 5. 5 is not less than 5, so our j loop terminates here. So this is the output that we get after first iteration of j. Now when I is equals 1, the similar task performs here. J is equals 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, and at 5 terminates. So we similarly get these output as it is. And for the preceding above, I equals 2, I equals 3, the sequence follows and we get our resultant pattern as this. For the pattern program this, we can easily infer if we are able to draw some relationship here. Then if our row number is 1, then we have to print 1 on all the columns. Similarly, if the row number is 2, we have to print all the column with 2. If row number is 3, we have to print all the columns with 3. So the similar process goes on. So from this what we can infer, we are using the loop I here for the loop for the rows. I is here used for rows and j is here used for columns. Okay, so what we can infer from this is that here we are printing the row number 5 times. So a little bit of modification in the previous program can result in the successful output and successful build of this program. So what change we will do here is we will here see out not star, we will here see out I plus 1. Now what output it will give us? For the first time we will do a simple dry run of this. So for the first time when I was equal 0, for the first time when I is equal 0, j is equal 0, the output will be cout I plus 1, that is 1. Now j becomes 1 and the output will again be 1. J becomes 2, the output will be 1. J is 3, output is 1. J is 4, output is 1. J is 5, loop terminates. Similarly, when I is equals 1, next the condition will when I is equals 1, then we will have to see out I plus 1. Then it will again print 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. And similarly for I is equals 2, it will print 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. And the pattern goes on. So we will get our resultant pattern by the simple modification in the previous program. So we will move to the next program. In next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the similarity that we can observe here is that the column numbers here we are printing. So now we will print these column numbers only. As we are using the j loop for here, the value is changing again and again. We can easily see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the similar loop is used here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it repeats itself. So what we can infer from here is that we have to print the value of j. We have to print the value of j. So what we will do here is that instead of cout I plus 1, here we will put cout j plus 1. Now we will do a quick dry run of this. So here when I is equal 0, I is equal 0 and j is equal 0, the condition is satisfied as j is less than equals 5. It will come inside and print j plus 1. J is currently 0, so 1 will be the output. Similarly, when j is equals 1, we will print 2. When it is 2, we will print 3. When it is 3, we will print 4. When it is 4, we will print 5. Now the loop terminates. Similarly, for I is equals 1, 2, 3, 4 till 5, this sequence will be printed and we get our resultant pattern as above. So you can see here with the simple code, with the simple such a small code, such of the easy code, we can get 3 patterns out of it. So stay tuned for, because we are going to discuss more topics and more programs on the patterns. And also a quick tip at the last, as promised, a quick and nice tip for the program. Whenever we have such a pattern programs, try to analyze these pattern programs starting from the row, number of rows and number of columns. Whenever you see a program like a matrix, it has matrix structure, one thing is very much clear, that we have to use 2 loops, one for the rows and one for the columns, one for the row and one for the column. So this thing should be clear in mind, and start then analyzing the given code or given output, given sample output, as rows and number of columns. So this thing will make it very easy for us to start coding. Now just try to code it once in the program in the laptops. If anyone faces any error, you are free below to comment and I'll reply them as soon as possible. So stay tuned. If you like the video, please share, subscribe. Please, if you like the video, press the like button and share, subscribe, so that it will also help your friends in getting sharpened with the programming, because nowadays it is becoming a very necessary skills and you all guys have to catch up. These are the simple pattern programs that are asked in most of the companies like TCS, IBM, Cognizant, etc. So these are the some of the basic programs that are asked in those interview questions. And also you can expect these programs in the interview questions of the mass recruiters product companies like Google, Adobe, etc. So if you like this video, please like, share, subscribe, learn these programs and try to understand them as soon as possible you can. Gear up your preparation for placements in 2020. Stay tuned, keep watching. All the best.